Hey! Hey, everybody. Oh, I forgot to change the white balance on the camera. Hold on. Everybody, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been so freaking busy with so many different things. I've definitely been making content, but I've just been so busy making that content. And I've been making content some of you aren't necessarily a big fan of. Passionate Gamer program's been going nuts. Zarthben with the subscription, 49 months. 49 months from Zarthben on Twitch Prime, and then Borealis with the 21 months tier 1. How's it hanging, Big Cheese? How's it hanging with you? I hope you're doing okay. Hi, hello. Okay, so what are we doing? I don't know. What's up with that stream name? Well, shit, what did I name the stream? What do you see as the stream name? It's the Steam Hardware / HLX waiting room. Yeah. Whoa. Timbaler. Okay, 36 months from Andromeda 42442. Tricky P1, 20 months tier 1. Thank you so much. Okay, so how do I explain this? It seems like Valve might be doing something soon-ish related to at least the hardware. We're gonna leave it at that for now. I've been loving the time travel show. At least the controller, yeah. So, thank you so much. Yeah, the time travel show is a lot of work. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, at least the controller looks like something is going to be happening with the controller. However, you know, maybe something else is occurring with the controller, at least information with the controller. So we're gonna, Jim Wakeland, 39 months, Twitch Prime, thank you so much. Sir Ash OG was the one they really like the time travel show. I really appreciate that. Half Peeps, 40 months, Twitch Prime. Hello, Half Peeps. Are you enjoying your Ein Thor? I have an Ein Thor. There's an Ein Thor Max. It's fucking fantastic. And I'm playing that new vampire crawler game through Game Native. This is such a good handheld. This is such a good handheld. Oh my god. Anywho, why can't I send a TTS robot message? Because the settings are set to. Because I went to bed at 4 a.m. working on a video, and I woke up at 9 a.m. to continue working on a video, knowing I had to go live today because some rumblings have been occurring, and I don't know if it's today, but I know something is occurring. So if an embargo does lift today, which if it were to be today, it would be in about an hour, then I'll talk about it. Also, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Viewer rewards. Boop. Power up. I gotta change the viewer rewards because the time travel show rewards are on right now. Off. 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 Yeah, we'll do that one. Alright. So, Tyler, did you react to HL2VR AI when it was streamed? I love Wayne. I don't usually have time to watch live streams very often. Like, I'm a massive Germa fan, and I watch, like, highlights and VODs and stuff. I'm a massive fan of Joel, highlights and VODs. I like Vinny, but I like Joel more, you know, that kind of stuff. And I love Wayne. Wayne is a big inspiration for the time travel show. White Bins with the subscription, 5 months. The Fallen Mushroom, 35 months. Twitch, both Twitch Prime. The salami lid don't fit. Salami lid. All right. Also, I gotta submit a sponsor real quick for approval. Hey, I saw Bringus was in chat. Hey, Bringus, have you noticed that they keep re-upping your contract? This is something that only other creators, me, Bringus, and Fammy are constantly getting re-upped by this same company over and over again. I'm not complaining, but don't you think it's a little weird that they just keep asking to do it over and over and over again? You know, every time I finish, they then email me back and say, hey, they want to do it again. And I'm just like, okay. Which is, it never happens that frequently. Which one? The one, they're not paying me for this stream, so I'm not saying it here. But the one I was yapping about in Discord, oh, I don't know. Maybe. Hey, damn it, Jeff got his Ein Thor. Nice. Chair one? No. Into the AM one? No. It's been a while since I've done Into the AM. It seems like they've gone through some restructuring. Still like Into the AM. Here is my promotional spot for approval. So, unfortunately, I am going to be out of town next week for some stuff. Not fun stuff, not great stuff, but stuff. I'm going to be out of the state, actually, all of next week. So there is very obviously some kind of embargo happening right now, it appears, related to Valve hardware. At least that's what I have been able to surmise. And I don't know if it's going to be today or next week. It looks like today is a good chance. I'm not going to Valve. I'm not going to Valve. It's personal. It's family. I'm not going to Valve. It has nothing to do with this job. I'm not going to Valve. Okay, so that unlisted. Okay, so the final Miro board video I'm about to toss up onto the Patreon. It has nothing to do with Valve. It has something to do with like depressing personal family business because a bunch of family members passed away last year. It's a long story. Scrub Thillin, nice late spring comfort content. Nice spring vibe comfort content. Glad to see you're streaming. Durin 2K tier 1. Yo, 6 months, 8 month streak. Thank you so much. 10,000 of my precious points wasted. A random Valve fact. Random fact about the Half-Life Alyx rewrite. The Shadow Scientist lady that you see at the end of Half-Life Alyx, the one that's talking to the Combine advisor about how the person in the vault is super powerful, and then they wrongly guess that it's Gordon Freeman, was originally a character named Han, or who was a Combine sympathizer that would work directly with the Combine, kind of almost like a Dr. Breen mouthpiece. However, she has been rewritten and is supposedly already had a plan for what to use that character for in what the next Half-Life game would be, which is HLX. The fax machine is off because we are not in the 90s. So, yeah, so thank you so much. We hate that lady. Well, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We'll have to see. Did you see Hideo Kojima visited Valve? I did see that. I saw that. I saw that Valve also posted a new Steam controller unboxing video on Steam's backend. I also saw that we now know what the Harvest Man baby does. It chirps, but we know more about the Harvest Man baby. Yo, what up, G-Fat? Oh, yeah, no problem, Bob. Yeah, thanks, Gabe. Oh, I'm sure it will be, Gabe. Yeah, so the Harvest Man is a spider-like creature that's related to antlions. And can lay eggs and have babies that hop and chirp. So it's a new type of enemy that's kind of based off of the antlion that we can surmise through the new information that we were able to data mine through a deleted file that was undeleted within what I would assume the VPKs of Aperture Desktop. We also know... Oh, I thought I heard that. That was my alarm to make sure I was awake, because I didn't go to bed till like 4:30. Also, was there something else? Also, Hunters. Hunters from episode 2, something that was not in Half-Life Alyx, something that was never in the code of Half-Life Alyx is now in the code base for Surface properties. I want to give a shout out to Litevex for finding that in the undeleted files. Oh, it's reusing antlion particles possibly as placeholders. It's unclear whether it's actually based on that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Announcement in 1 hour. If there is an announcement, if patterns serve correctly, it will be within... No, that was Dirt Killer, not me. Okay, shout out to Dirt Killer and shout out... So Dirt Killer was the one that undeleted the file. Piston Miner years ago was the one that figured out you could undelete files in VPKs and stuff. And then Litevex tweeted about it. Gabe Follower also tweeted about it. So that's a new finding. I was too busy finishing the final episode of the Miro board, which is called HLX from Valve's Own Mouth, Miro board number 7. I would like to get your opinion. I think I'm going to do the thing that literally every other YouTuber does. And Bringus, if you're still here, your opinion is very valuable in this case, because I've seen you do this. So since all the content is done, the Miro board is done, editing all the Miro board episodes together into one really long movie and then just adding in little bits of extra details that we now have that we didn't have before. Are you cool with that? Because like they've been made as if they were one big video, and so I'd like to just like re-edit some of the stuff and then add in the little, like add in this new information we have about the Harvest Man baby, add in the new information we have about the Hunter, things like that. But I'm thinking about making like an ultimate Half-Life HLX video that's literally every HLX files, the documentary about the history of Half-Life 3, and the Miro board all together in one video, which would be like 3 to 4 hours long. And pull, who was the YouTuber that just uploaded a video called Half-Life 3? Who was the YouTuber that just uploaded a video about Half-Life 3 and it was actually just about Entropy Zero 2? It was Pyrocynical. Yeah. So I would never be able to upload a video that's just called Half-Life 3. But it's an idea. There were 3 gravity guns and 3 portal guns next to Kojima. Do you think he went for the premiere? No, I don't think he went to a premiere. I think he was in town and he visited. Do I think he saw something when he was there? If there was something to see, he would be the one to see it. Same with Jeff Keighley. If he ever goes to Valve, they do be there. Hideo Kojima is the kind of person that if he goes to your company, you're going to show him some shit. It's Hideo Kojima. You know, what are you going to do? So, yeah. Also, there was 6.7 on the Steam Deck. He went to a couple game studios. Yeah, we do have... He went to Microsoft as well. Yeah. I really enjoyed reading his thoughts about Half-Life 1. What? About how he was jealous of the design and, you know, it kind of inspired Metal Gear Solid 2 to be a much better game. Yeah, that's long. That's a very old piece of information. All right, so... So is today? So today is today? Today is a day. Today is a possibility for at least hardware. So we'll see. If there's supposed to be an announcement today, what time would it be? 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is usually the time. Although it's not a hard and fast rule. Aren't Wednesdays the day Valve usually does things? Thursdays. Thursdays are the days that they have embargoes usually. Oh, I've been working really hard. Why is this video still processing? This video has been processing for an hour. It's got to be bugged, right? Preview. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Cancel. Oh, come on. Why is this taking so long to process, Patreon? About 30 minutes left to process? You've been going for an hour. Sorry, guys. What does embargo mean in this context? Okay, so imagine if they gave information to the press and they're not allowed to publicly talk about it until a certain time. I haven't been told anything directly, but I'm getting vibes that it seems like that might be happening right now. Ad. I'm out of the loop. Why is today a possible day? I just said it. Oh, wait. Tyler, they can't hear you. Pretend like something crazy happened. No, that's not a funny bit. I don't like that bit. Okay. Twitch ad got me to sub so fast. Hell yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Acid Rain Burns. New Twitch Prime. STRFX Film, thank you for the subscribe. 5 months. Oops. And then Gomit with the Twitch Prime, thank you so much. I think that was a gifted. Is that a gifted? Why do you both have the same image? Oh, you don't. I'm blind. Okay. All right. So did you see the Hunter thing? Yes, I did. Yeah. HLX is going to have Hunters from episode 2. Yeah. No, I've been losing my mind because I'm trying to get stuff done in time. And I had to make an executive decision to not have the next edited episode, Passionate Gamer, ready for next Thursday, which I would have to have done by Saturday, and it's just not going to happen. We are going to be live with the Passionate Gamer show tomorrow. It's going to be earlier than normal. We're going to be going live at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to be doing about 3 to 4 hours of that, so that's going to be fun. Okay, sorry. I'm kind of curious what general sources you use. I've just been following Gabe Follower and Brad. Where'd you get this new embargo possible rumor? Is it public? Oh, yeah, I'll just tell you exactly who a possible source may be. Their name is Brad Williamson III Jr., and they work for that new website, PCPlayerMonthly.net. That's my exact source on this possible piece of information. So now that you know that for sure, now you can go and make sure that person never has a job again. All right. I think that's probably good. All right. HL3C with the 27 months. What's happening? Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Bacon FPS 16 Tier 1 new. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, hello. And again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope this brief detention in the relaxation vault has caused you to become a mature adult. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to test if you have the mind of an adult. We will show you 3 images, all pertaining to hope, hopium, and HLX. If you respond like a normal, mature human being, you will be granted access to Half-Life 3. If you respond like most of Tyler McVicker's viewers, you will be sent into the new testing track that attempts to make you mature. Please stand back. How many of you would fail? Well done. At failing our test, we will now send you to Android Hell, which is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of hopium. Image 1. It is just a lambda. A lambda has existed for thousands of years. Can you handle it? You have failed. You immature little child. How embarrassing for you. Are your parents proud of you? Dragging out the bit. Oh, you're complaining about the bit being too long? The bit continues. Can you understand just how long I am capable of making the bit go on? You're doing very well. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of a bit going on too long is not part of any test protocol, but Asimov can't understand that you'll likely still be here at the first sign of something happening. Bro is not GLaDOS. I know. I want to give a quick shout out to that guy who's upset that the bit's still going. Acting like they're not going to show up on this stream the moment it seems like something's actually happening. Come on. Tyler, do you think if you played Portal 1, you could quote the entire game with no subtitles or audio 1-to-1? Yes, I could. I could do that right now. Tyler, do you prefer that we watch on Twitch or YouTube? Twitch. I'm curious, what record player do you use? I bought it in 2014 with my graduation party money. It is an Audio-Technica AT-LP 120 USB from 2014, and I use an Otofon red cartridge and needle. I will eventually upgrade to a blue, but I've been saying that for a decade. Make it the longest bit ever and just read the Portal 1 script for the rest of the stream. I will try my best. Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals in other enrichment center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from stand back. The portal will open in 3, 2, 1. I have crowbar autism. That's actually, what would that be called? Aperture autism? What would be the next thing? Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt heavy-duty super... No, wait, that's chamber 2. What is the next one? I need the first 2 words of the next line. So you get out of the thing, you jump around, and then you go into the cube drops, and then... So then the next line is after you put the cube on the button. I think it's the Emancipation Grill thing. Very impressive. Please note. No, that's not then. What is the first two words of the next line? First 2 words of the next line. You put the cube on the button, the door opens. They start talking. It's the Emancipation Grill one, yes. What? Very good. Yo. Zach Tier, thank you so much for the 28 months, Tier 1. I appreciate that. No, because please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience is after you beat the first poison goo. Please move quickly through the chamber lock as the effects of the prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test. You're doing very well. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate denture fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can make your own portals. These interdimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not look at the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid, even partially. Most importantly, under no circumstances should you... Yeah. And then, so that's when you get the portal, and then the next chamber after that is, oh, the new smooth jazz chamber, yeah. And so the smooth jazz chamber is no, there's nothing on my hand. What's the next? So you go into the thing. There's a button behind the glass, and then that falls down the thing. Z Train, Philippa, Mary Silly, Chuffinos, 1822. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. I appreciate that. So then you're in that chamber. It's like you're doing very well, I think. No. I know I skipped the carousel level, which is please place the pipets apple to boop on the 1500 megawatt aperture science heavy duty super colliding super button. I hope the bit's still going when the angry guy comes back. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, and then you enter... Oh, God. What is the... I mean, I know a lot of the, you know... Damn it, like, what the fuck? I can't do an Adam Sandler impression. I don't think I'm capable of that. Tyler, do something, please. We're waiting half an hour for a possible thing to occur. Chill out. Oh, look at that. I'm apparently still playing Vampire Crawlers. I should probably close that on my I'm Thor. This beautiful little device. You're doing very well. Do a crowbar impression. So what is this line? Welcome to test chamber 4. You're doing quite well. You're doing quite well. Yep. Excellent work. The required test protocol. We will monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck. I muted the stream for 10 minutes. I still can't believe we're doing this. I know, right? Do you guys know it's my favorite game of all time? It's the best Valve game Valve ever valved. Required test protocol. Our previous statement suggesting that we had not monitored this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's an excellent question. If a wizard turned me into 4 smaller versions of myself, would Electra love all of me or just pick one? She'd probably pick one. And then she'd probably kill the wizard. D is one of many enrichment center goals. The aperture science energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent disabilities, such as vaporization. Please be careful. But your clones? Right. My sub message did not appear. What was your sub message? Oh, wait, is that you? The Glitch Slayer. There's no one here called a Glitch Slayer. Sorry. 100 bits. With RAM prices slowly going down, is this affecting the rest of the Steam hardware? Not really. Not the supply shock's already been made. The contracts have already been signed. Even if the prices are slowly going down on a logistical side from the big business angle, it's still going to take a few months, if not a year, for it to stabilize. Give us a random Valve fact on the spot. Devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have found to agitate the high-energy pellet have therefore been disabled for your safety. Blah, blah, blah. Random Valve fact. For a very, 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 very short period of time, this game was almost called Exit E. Something really vague if you have anything. What? Do you expect the hardware game to be announced together? I don't know anymore. Oh, hell yeah. I think it was. I think that we're not sure of anything anymore because of AI. And, you know, Valve is in that same boat. E. E. Why is everybody saying E? Did I say E? Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience. My sub was from Prime and it skipped. Your sub has not gone through, my friend. It's not here. So that's Portal. I don't know if you've ever played that game, but it's a good game. Portal's a good game. Do you play any instruments? I used to. I don't really own an instrument anymore. Is it new? Is what new? Oh, Portal? Yeah, it just came out. Have you played Blueprints? I played a couple. I put a couple hours into it. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Okay. He goes to work on his computer. He thinks about his gun at home. It's a good song. I love that song. You guys know that song? There were 2 Valve facts redeemed. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, troglodyte. Somebody knew it. Hell yeah. All right, so Spizzy doesn't have the thumbnail done, so we're just going to publish. We'll change the thumbnail when it's ready. So yeah, the final Miro board episode, which is 21 minutes long, is now on Patreon. It's a good one. Look up. Ah! Oh my God, we've got so many Valve facts I gotta talk about. Okay. And I gotta just pull them from my head, man. I'm Thor. Look at this. I dumped my Switch games. I genuinely dumped my Switch cartridges to put on this device. These are legally acquired Switch games. This is exactly what I figured people would use the Thor for. Are you ready?
Black dice.
That's Nintendo Switch Yacht Dice being emulated on an Ein Thor. I mean, you can play most Switch games, but Yacht Dice? It has gyro? Of course it does. Of course it does. I love Yahtzee. You want to know a fun little old people fact about me and my wife? I've been married for a while, a couple years, and my wife and I have known each other since, we've been dating since middle school. This is our 15th year together. I'm 29. And we've been together since I was 14. And every night before bed, we play 3 rounds of Yacht Dice on our Switch. BS Swan_2 with the new Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. We play 3 rounds of Yacht Dice on our Nintendo Switch, on the Switch 2 upstairs in our bedroom. And we do best of 3. And we're pretty evenly matched. We're fucking experts. We are genuinely, I don't think you can get any better at Yahtzee than we are. We are fucking geniuses when it comes to Yahtzee. We love Yahtzee. We love Yahtzee. I don't know why we love Yahtzee so much, but we love Yahtzee. Anyways, I gotta owe like 18 Valve facts. So I'm just gonna start naming Valve facts. We're gonna go in chronological order of games. 29, bro, you're younger than me. I thought he was 40. I know, don't I age well? Okay, so going in order. So Half-Life 1 fact. Half-Life 1 originally had a cut chapter in what was called the sound test room. In it, there would be a cut story beat that was recycled for Mossman, where a female scientist would betray Gordon. Fact number 1. Okay. Opposing Force fact. Opposing Force originally used, like, community-scraped modded content as placeholder. That's fact number 2. Number 3, Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike was effectively just, like, not a port, but it was based on Action Quake 2. Okay, so that's 3. 4, what's the next game? I mean, you could do, like, Ratchet or Day of Defeat, but I don't really have facts. I mean, Ricochet fact is that the game was meant to be ever-evolving and was Valve's first foray into an ever-updating patch-type game where you would download updates from the internet and the game would expand with more content. The problem is Ricochet sucked, so they didn't really do anything with it. Fact number 2 about Ricochet. Ricochet is much older than it's actually released. It was released around 1999 or 2000. The game was made in 1997, based on an earlier build of the Gold Source engine, and was shown off publicly at a small little modding convention that Valve did to showcase to Quake modders that the Valve engine was going to be hyper moddable. At that showcase, this little convention they did at Valve's tiny little Kent, Washington office, they also showed a first-person port of Atari's Joust. That is lost media. The Valve-made Joust game in the Gold Source engine was also made alongside Ricochet to be able to showcase the kinds of games you could develop. Ricochet eventually came out as like a pack-in in one of the updates to Half-Life, and the Joust game never came out because they didn't have the license to be able to make a game based on Joust publicly. So that's fact number 2. There's another game, I forget what it was. There was 3 games. I think maybe one of them was 3-Wave, and that eventually leaked. Isn't a lot of Valve's pre-move media lost? Yes. There was another Atari port. I forget what it was, but I know Joust was one of them. There was another Atari port. I forget what that would have been. Okay, so that's fact number 3. Fact number 4 would be about, is there a fact about Blue Shift? Wasn't Blue Shift originally called Guard Duty? Like, it had a different name at first, right? And it was originally developed for the Dreamcast version of Half-Life, which was canceled, and so they released it as a standalone. It was then released as a standalone boxed PC game at full price for some fucking reason, and it is the only Gold Source expansion that doesn't require Half-Life. Okay, so I guess that's Blue Shift. Okay, number 5, we're talking about Half-Life 2. Have they ever entertained an MMO idea? Yes. Okay, so fact number 5 is that Valve, after Half-Life 2, worked on a fairy RPG MMO. Valve worked on an RPG in 2005 after Half-Life 2 by a small team that was based on fairies. And it was going to be an MMO. Like woodland creature, pixie dust fairies. That was scrapped in favor of working on Left 4 Dead. So that's number 5. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I've got 3 more. Okay, so Half-Life 2. Something that you guys wouldn't know, or like a lot of you wouldn't know. I mean, like, you could do the thing that Gabe Newell was publicly lying to people about Half-Life 2. Gabe Newell went to a party related to the launch of an ATI video card that was hosted in the Alcatraz prison, where there were like strippers dancing on poles in the fucking the cells. This is a true fucking story. And he went up on stage, like this little stage, and talked about how Half-Life 2 was going to be shipping in a month, knowing full well wasn't even close to done. The game needed another year. And he had to do that because of the publisher requiring it, but he did go up on stage and is like, when you see, Half-Life 2, welcome to Team Fortress 2. When because this video card was shipping with a code for a free copy of Half-Life 2, right? But the video card shipped in 2003, and the game didn't come out until 2004. 2 or 3 weeks, see Steve with the 12 months on Tier 1? 2 or 3 weeks after this Alcatraz party, the leak happened. Actually, it's around this Alcatraz party that somebody has already broken into. It's around that time somebody's already broken into the back-end server. Don't gamble. Don't fucking gamble. Gambling is evil. Don't gamble. Oh my God. We're not going to get political, but just like all of these apps, every sporting event being sponsored by a book. Don't gamble. It's like, it's so annoying. Stop it. They're trying to take money from you. You're not going to win. I had to delete TikTok because I kept getting angry at these ads. I made money on the fact it rained yesterday. Fuck off. Anyway, okay. So yeah, so fact number 7, I guess, is that at the time that this Alcatraz party was happening, individuals, Axel Gembe being one of them, was in a group that figured out a backdoor into Valve's servers. Valve only realized that they were hacked because Gabe Newell was sitting at his personal computer and noticed his mouse cursor was moving without his input. Gabe Newell only realized that somebody got into their servers because his mouse cursor was moving without his input. Gabe Newell then goes to halflife2.net, which would eventually become valvetime.net, and announced that they were hacked and asked for crowdsourced information about it. It's at that time that somebody then packages up some of the things that were leaked, but it wasn't the person that hacked it that leaked. Axel Gembe is either the guy that hacked or the guy that leaked, but one of the people, it might have been the guy that hacked, but somebody in the group that they were like privately sharing files amongst themselves in 2003 packaged up little zip files of different things. 1/3 of the WC map pack, or maybe it's 1/4. So the VMF files from Half-Life 2's development that you call the WC map pack, iconically, is only about 1/4 of the total number of maps. WMods, which is Gabe Newell's own Half-Life 1 installation, that's where we found 3-Wave. And then the source code and current build of Half-Life 2 and the source code for Team Fortress 2 Invasion. And then also like an early version of Counter-Strike Source, an early version of Counter-Strike Condition Zero, stuff like that. So that's fact 6. We've got a lot. Okay, I don't even know how much. So I'm gonna cut it off at 15. We're gonna do 15. Okay. But like in terms of the amount of content that they had actually stolen off of Valve servers, we only have about 25 to 30% of it. They had all the assets for Team Fortress 2 Invasion. And famously, all we actually have from Team Fortress 2 Invasion are 2 models for characters, one alien and one human, because Team Fortress 2 Invasion was alien versus humans. Absolutely not. Rent's just due again. Yeah, you're right, man. I hope your life is like actually decent, because it seems like you're a very sad human being. All right. So then after Half-Life 2, you've got Lost Coast. Okay, Half-Life 2 Lost Coast fact. It seems like, well, we do know this for a fact. Half-Life 2 Lost Coast was actually twice as long, and originally the game would start with you in a boat, with the fisherman driving to St. Olga, right? And there was this whole scripted sequence. And there was also a scene where you were in the fisherman's house at his dinner table. We have a whole bunch of the stuff related to that. Very Dishonored-esque, that's true. But they cut it. There was also a point where you were going to get into a catapult and flung to St. Olga. Lost Coast was originally a bit longer and actually had a lot of interesting tidbits put into it. Lost Coast is technically based on a cut idea from Half-Life 2, which adds to the idea that we don't have all of the VMFs from Half-Life 2's development, because there's very little that would suggest that that was ever a thing during Half-Life 2's development. But we have a lot of development maps from Lost Coast, and years ago, me and the mod team that I used to work with called Lever put together a little mod, and I think that mod is out there for Half-Life 2 Aftermath, the Lost Coast stuff. Sent you a super chat? Okay. You sent it ages ago? Oh, that's... it ain't here. Let me look over here. Is it the controller only or all three? That's unknown. It looks like controller with information on the other two. And it might not be today, but it kind of feels like it might be, might not. We'll see. There's definitely something going on. There's something going on, but it's hard to tell exactly what just yet. And after, you know, after things happen, I can talk a bit more about, you know, what's going on behind the scenes. But for now, it seems like something at least related to hardware is going on. So, okay, so Team Fortress 2 fact, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could talk about. Oh, well, I mean, originally they wanted all the textures to be hand-painted, and they gave up on that because it was too much fucking work. But there's a reason why, like, OG 2017 Fortress 2 maps look like all the textures were hand-painted. Because some of them were. I could probably do another TF2 fact. Alright, it's a Left 4 Dead fact, I guess, now. Or episode 1. Episode 1 fact. Episode 1's so boring. I mean, like, there's the stuff everybody knows. Like, episode 1 originally was conceived as a game called Aftermath, and it was going to be all 3 episodes in one. And then it became an episodic thing after that. Buddy Connor 33144 months, tier 1. Jason Mac 881, don't gamble. Okay, yeah. But Left 4 Dead fact, like, it was originally a Counter-Strike Condition Zero mod called Terror Strike. And it played very, very not like Left 4 Dead. And it was made by Turtle Rock during the development of Counter-Strike Condition Zero, which in and of itself was a nightmare because it passed through the hands of 4 different game developers before finally being released. Valve, Gearbox, Rogue, Ritual, and then Turtle Rock. And the movement of Condition Zero actually closed Rogue Entertainment. Rogue Entertainment is known for the Doom engine game Strife, and then also the first Alice in Wonderland game by American McGee. They were the first team to work on Counter-Strike Condition Zero. This was a cover story in Computer Gaming World, and the CEO or the president of the company left during the development, and Gabe Newell didn't like that, so he pulled the game from that company, and then the company went bankrupt. True story. So that's another fact. I'm gonna do 2 more facts and then I'm done. The Portal 2 team originally just started work on Half-Life immediately after, but it didn't go very far, and it only lasted like 6 months when they realized that the Source engine wasn't powerful enough to do anything that they wanted to do with Half-Life. It wasn't until Source 2 was a bit more powerful that they started working on it again between 2013 and 2015, and that famously fell apart for numerous reasons. Mostly because the engine still wasn't done, but that's the same reason Left 4 Dead fell apart. Final fact of the day. What the fuck? Yeah, it's Ricochet DLC. So American McGee, that's crazy that I just brought up American McGee and he just tweeted something that's nuts. Okay, so American McGee, former id developer, mapper on Doom 2, made American McGee's Alice. and a few other shittier games, just tweeted, there was this one time at id Software where we were working on Quake 2, and everyone piled into Paul Steed's office to check out what Valve was doing with our tech. And there was a cinematic scene with characters moving around while a crane was operating and multiple cameras panning around to convey some element of narrative. Proper cinematic storytelling using the Quake engine. I just let out a breathless wow. The whole room turned around and scowled at me. That was the moment I knew, okay, well, I want to tell stories with this tech and these guys don't. That is why on the day I was fired from mid, I first cried, and then driving home with a box of my crap in the trunk of my car began smiling, then laughing. And that inspired American McGee's Alice. Okay, but that would have been in 97, right? I've never heard of a cut scene related to a crane and a bunch of characters in Half-Life 1. That's crazy. McGee, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Where's the music? I don't know. Here's some music. This was probably very early on. No, yeah, it's true. Could it have just been a test shot? Yeah, probably, but it's something we've never heard before. That's a crazy story. New Lost Valve game? No, more like new Lost Valve test map we've never heard of. Could it be Prospero? Yeah, maybe. That's true. Could it be the intro with the tram ride? Oh, it could be the tram ride. Is Project TF dead? Well, it seems to have survived the winter break, but we don't know. Nothing new has been related to Project TF, codename TF, for 3 months at this point, 4 months. So, yeah, when there's new information, I will share the information. That's how it works. I saw somebody did a $10 super chat, so let me just quickly. All right, 10 minutes. If an embargo doesn't lift, we'll hang out, but it won't be. It's not going to be today. A 10 because I am genuinely feel bad for trolling. I love my hopium dose. Also, episode 1 is not bad because Kleiner tells the player to get freaky. Oh, don't worry about it, Swagmaster. I appreciate it. It's just I'm not here because rent is due. If all I was really caring about was trying to maximize profit, I would be streaming dramatically more, and I wouldn't be working on a show that nobody watches. Okay, I'm here because I seem to have a little bit of a hint that something maybe is happening today, and I want to be live during it. I haven't done one of these streams in months. Can you pay my rent if yours isn't due? That doesn't mean I don't have rent to pay. Are you affected by the embargo? I can honestly tell you 100%. I was not involved with any kind of internal thing. And if I was involved with the embargo, I couldn't even tell you that there might be an embargo. So no, Valve will never involve me with an embargo. And that's my own fault. And I have to live with that. I don't deserve. I don't deserve. Do you plan on covering Sandbox when it's out? Maybe in passing. Not really. It doesn't really seem that associated with Valve software too much anymore because like so much of the base engine was rebuilt. Do you like to watch your old reactions to stuff? No, but you do. Some of you do. So we're here. I would hate you signing an NDA with Valve. Your videos would take a hit. Well, that's the thing. If Valve actually came to me and was like, we want your opinion on something if you sign this NDA, I'd probably sign. You know? I'm going to be completely honest. I owe Valve so fucking much. I owe Valve so much. So no super secret hidden music in the new HLA vinyl? I don't think so, but I haven't actually listened to it. I haven't had time to do that. I could totally see Valve tell me, like, yeah, we want to show you something, so just sign here, and it's a trap to get me to sign so that I could never make Valve videos again. I could see that happening. But now more that I've been looking at this 6LP set, their quality control, this Ipecac recording, whoever the pressing plant for this is, I'm going to be honest, the quality control of this is pretty bad. Because I'm noticing there are some scratches on the records, and there's seam splitting on the artwork. It's not fantastic. My vinyl was damaged too. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot of people have some skipping issues on their records, which is like, what the fuck? They're brand new. All right. Big PP, 72 months. Thank you so much. Any news on Deadlock skins? There's a little leak that Seven's about to get a new model, but I don't think that's a skin. Mine came with static on my favorite track. Well, that by a spin clean, but yeah. Skipping makes sense for dust or picture discs, but it's bad quality control. Whatever pressing plant they used is pretty shit. I don't know what pressing plant they used, but I'm a big Beatles fan, a big 60s collect. I love the Zombies, the Turtles. I love 60s groups. And I buy reissues. And if you watch Polygram, which is like between him or Elliot Rodgers, those are my two favorite Beatles tubers, I guess you'd call them. Polygram talks about how Optimum in the Czech Republic is like has quality control issues. And is it Optimum though, is the one that's in the Czech Republic? There's one in Germany that's like the peak of quality control for record releases. But then there's one in the Czech Republic that isn't as good and will have quality control issues when it comes to the pressings of things. This is not a German pressing. This might be an American pressing. If this was a German pressing, it would be pristine. Could you repeat who was your source for today? Oh, yeah, sure. It's Kevin Robertson III Jr. He lives on 8764 Wilbinton Drive in Seattle, Arizona. And he messaged me using Bimbop, the DM app, that there might be an embargo today because he works for PCGamerPlayerNetMagazine.com. Okay? So you can go to his address. You can go to his house. 6'7". Another thing I've been playing on my Ein Thor a lot. CTGP7. That's some good shit. Some good shit right here. That is not a Wii U. It's not? Wait, this isn't a Wii U? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I know, man. I'm sorry. I had to tell them who my source was, otherwise they would never believe me. I think it might be a Wii U. Is this a Wii U? I think that might be a Wii U. Hold on, hold on. If it was a Wii U, I'd be able to play the best Wii U game. No, I can't. It didn't pop up. If it was a Wii U... Oh, okay. It's not launching. It's because the paths are wrong. Pee-poo-pa-pa. Paper Mario Color Splash. I haven't dumped all my Wii U games, just a few of them. My favorite Wii U game, period, is Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World. But surely it can't play Steam games. Yeah, you're right. This thing can't play Steam games. Here's Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Definitely can't play Steam games, man. Can't play Steam games, especially not big 3D games from 10 years ago. Yeah, it's definitely not going to launch Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. No Steam games. It can't play Steam games. How is the ARM translation layer going? So I bought this. I got this specifically to explore FEX, which is a big thing. Oh, push a button. Yeah, okay. That Valve is doing with the Steam frame. And this has very, very similar, if not identical specs to what the Steam frame's gonna have. And so I wanted to know, like, about what it can do. But here's Sleeping Dogs. So this is running Android. This is running Android through Game Native. I think I can probably get better, I think I could probably get better performance if I was running some kind of like Linux thing. It doesn't have, yeah, it has very similar, it's running an Android ARM-based CPU chip. It's very dark, hold on. Can it run Portal 2? Yes, it can. Yeah, look at that. It even has cloud save support. That is true. Every game I play on this, it'll keep the cloud save, and I can, yeah, my Steam Deck or... It's true. It's a good device. I'm not getting paid to say that. It's just genuinely a good device. Can it run Doom? Let me check. Let's see. Can it run Doom? Yeah. Natively, too. Now try Doom 2016. That would probably work, but I don't have that. Why do you think you're done with the Miro board? Because I've covered everything on it. Did anything happen? No, not yet. Do you prefer this over the deck? I think this is new. So, I don't know yet. But yeah, it's the Ein Thor. It's a DS thing. It's pretty cool. Try Doom the Dark Ages on it. That doesn't boot. Anonymous is here? No, he ain't. I can't listen to Nowhere's Time Travel without, in my head, having Coach go. Because of that dude. I love Anonymous. Yeah. I guess he's not. Ah, shoot. Anonymous ain't here. Anonymous is fucking great. Yeah. Okay, it is 1 o'clock. Nothing seems to have happened today. Sucks ass. That means it's probably going to happen when I'm out of fucking town, and I really, really wanted to avoid that. Fuck, I'm gonna be out of town. God damn it! The 1 week I'm not here. Brad passed his curse on you. Might not happen. Yeah, I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen. next week because it will be impossible for me to do anything. Did the Bimbop guy give you an actual date and time? No. It's a long story, and I'll tell it when it's over and when it happens. But it's not. It doesn't seem to be related to HLX just yet. It seems to be related to hardware. But maybe there's an association between the hardware release and HLX. But at the same time, it seems like all of these delays related to the hardware has also caused it's a whole thing. Did I finish that thought? I'm sorry. Did I finish that thought? Yeah, so there's a massive shipment of controllers in Valve's offices right now. They are ready to ship the controller. They have updated a bunch of the back-end stuff where you can buy a controller with a Steam Deck. So if you own a Steam Deck, you can get a discount on the controller. It looks like the controller is very much going to be releasing like any day now, which sucks because they've said multiple times they want to ship everything at once. And this might be an admission that it's impossible, but then again, they might just release everything all at once. It does look like yeah, they might do the controller with information from the press related to the rest of it, but we'll have to see. Yeah. I heard OpenAI canned their RAM buyout plan, so prices should be okay now. That is technically true. OpenAI is not the only AI player in the space. OpenAI is actually like actively failing, and you know, as Anthropic gets more and more respected by the general public and the government and stuff, they're going to be the ones that actually end up being a bigger problem. Just because OpenAI is actively failing. Like, it doesn't seem like they have much like public sentiment or sway anymore. It doesn't, like, Sora was a complete and total failure, like such a fucking dog shit idea. And yes, they did cancel part of their RAM buyout plan, but I don't think they have the legal grounds to be able to cancel the entire order. And I also don't think that just because they might not be purchasing that RAM, that another AI company won't as well. Anthropic is failing too, though. They are. All AI companies are not profitable, and that means that over time it will be a failure. However, Anthropic does appear to be almost like the Apple in the AI space. And there's also this bullshit now where they're doing the same thing that they do every couple of years when there's this new model, where they get everybody to act like it's the most dangerous thing. We can't release it because if we release it, the whole world economy will crumble. This is the smartest AI model we've ever seen. And it's like, even Hank Green? Even Hank Green? The don't eat grass, where did the candles go guy? Come on, man. But it's like they've been saying this shit since 2019. The whole, we can't release this model, it's too smart. And it's like, and then they published this information about how it was able to find like 27-year-old exploits in software. And it's like, yes, okay, that's technically true, but did you read the paper and see that it took a really long time and a massive amount of compute power to be able to even find that in a specific sandboxed environment? And maybe we're cherry picking things in the Trust Me Bro. What do they call it? What do they call it? The Trust Me Bro tests. The Trust Me Bro results. Look, yes, obviously the AI market is losing public sentiment over time. The AI market is eventually going to lose investor sentiment if, after another year, they still can't even show that they have a plan to become profitable. And if someone like Sam Altman or whoever's in charge of Anthropic has to go back to investors and ask for billions more, because this time we're almost at AGI and they're all just acting like Tommy Tallarico, and we have the rocket on the launch pay and we just need the fuel, and it's bullshit. People will eventually, even investors will eventually see through it. Whatever, right? But the point is You know, a lot of people are like, oh, does this mean that for consumer electronics, cell phones, these, you know, game consoles, computers, will that mean that for us, the prices will go down? Eventually, yeah, probably. They will never return to pre-AI prices, though. These companies will understand that they can price gouge you, and losing 20% of the value is not the same as returning to what it was prior, which would be around 50 to 70% of the total cost. It's never going to return to the original price, ever. And at the same time, even if OpenAI goes out of business, which I'm not saying they will, even if OpenAI goes out of business, you still have Anthropic, you still have Google, you still have Facebook, I'm not calling them Meta, you still have Grok, you still have you still have Microsoft. There's still a significant number of other companies that need AI to succeed and will continue to buy hardware in order to put that out there. All right. So no, unfortunately, we're not in a situation now where only like 2 months after this became a big problem, it's now fixing itself because the market's stabilizing. Things don't work that fast. Even if the market was stabilizing, it would be months before those changes actually result in consumer end changes. And contracts are signed. Contracts are signed like year out usually. And it's becoming clear that Valve didn't have contracts on their hardware. Right? When Valve made the announcement in November, a lot of us assumed they had contracts on being able to get a hold of a large amount of the hardware they need, the chips they need in order to manufacture at scale. It really seems like they didn't. It really, like this is based on vibes, but I mean, it really looks like they don't. It looks like they did not have pre-done contracts with RAM and SSD flash chips already done before the announcement. That's why they went to GDC and made the half joke of, if anybody has a line on RAM, we'll take it. So, yeah, RAM doesn't iterate the same. That's true. That's true. You know, a RAM chip now is still going to be valuable in a few years, whereas a GPU will be obsolete in 18 months. I understand that, but it also has very little to do with what I'm talking about directly. Look, all I'm trying to say is, even now, it doesn't look easy for Valve to release a consumer piece of hardware, the frame or the machine. And yet, we know for a fact that Valve has stacks and stacks of cases of Steam controllers in their offices ready to go. We do know that. We know that on the Steam backend, they uploaded a Steam controller unboxing video. We know that. They did not upload an unboxing video for the Steam machine or the Steam frame, as far as we know. We know that the Steam controller is currently in the back end in a bundle with the Steam Deck, meaning you could buy a Steam Deck with a controller for cheaper than the sum of those prices, or maybe if you already own a Steam Deck, you can get a discount on the controller. We know that. We also have another thing that I can't, I hate being vague, but I genuinely can't yet. I will mention it in a bit. Like in a week or two when things actually happen. You just said RAM will never return to the same price as it was before, but while I do agree with you that much longer than people are saying, I do think that prices will go back to normal after a year or two. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. In that timeline, yes. I'm not speaking in a way that's like, oh, in a year it might return to the original price, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in enough time so that the Steam machine doesn't become obsolete before it's even shipped. Do you know what I mean? There's an ad. I'll wait. Hey, Anonymous. Can I add you on Discord and, like, pick your brain? Because I'm, like, genuinely a massive fan of your work and have been for a decade. I've been watching you since Saw Hero. Yeah, just drop your Discord in chat. You gonna respond to Gabe follower? What did he say? Oh, about the deadlock update? Yo, we got sumo animations. I think Jamal Bradley still has me blocked on Twitter. Does he? Oh, no. Interesting. Jamal Bradley, animator at Valve, just posted this. Some early death animations for the game now known as Deadlock. You can probably still see Professor Dynamo if you look close. Yeah, so Dynamo was originally this character named Suno in Neon Prime. Sick. Why did he block you? I wonder if I can find it. It was in good fun, but in hindsight, it was probably too far. He posted something that had Citadel in the image, and I made a little meme about it. Where I was flossing because we found it. $4 from King of Vines 312. Thank you so much. It's been so long. The small green cookie business didn't go well, Tyler. I am destitute and on the streets outside Valve headquarters, living off the discarded pizza and Diet Coke the employees throw away during crunch time. Valve eats much, much better than pizza and Diet Coke. Him playing Citadel in Discord? No, him posting a screenshot of his, like, file explorer with the Citadel, image, like the Citadel folder in there. I don't think I'll be able to find it. I don't think I have it. Because I'm looking at, yeah, no. It was set to the I feel like shit every fucking day. I never seem to feel okay thing. Maybe it would have been in 2021. But I was right after I made that Citadel video. Oh, the Citadel video was made in 2021. It would have been in 2021. Okay. It was when I went from Valve News Network to just Tyler McVicker. Literally the same thing with Tristan Reedford and Left 4 Dead 3. That is true. That is true. Let's give a shout out. Tristan Reedford for leaking it. Yeah, I mean, but that's not it. Man, when I look through my old folders, there's so much random garbage in here. It's crazy when you do this for so long, you just completely forget most of what you've done as a creator. And it's just like the big stuff that stays in your brain. Because I don't remember this. I don't remember half of this shit. I'm not going to find it. Oh, well. Yeah, it was just an image that he posted that had it in there. And, yeah, and then I got blocked. Because I kind of made a big deal that we found it. Did Anonymous say that we could be friends, or am I getting ignored? That sucks. Image of what? It was years ago. He posted like a little animation he did. Yes, lol. Oh, sick. Nice. How do I make this happen? Dorito shell taco from Taco Bell. Ha ha. Ha ha. Doing it well. See you guys next week for the C Machine. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be on the other side of the fucking country. For not Work-related stuff. Not Valve. I'm not going to Valve. I'll join your Discord if I can find it. How come you're streaming HL3 waiting room again? I've explained it like 8 times. You can ask the other people. Woo! Kerner Sandals. Gotta love ya. You guys want to see my favorite Anonymous video? Doesn't fucking matter if you want to see it or not. You're gonna watch it. It's an old one, so he might be a little embarrassed. It's literally my favorite. It is my favorite. It's my second favorite. It might be my favorite SFM thing of all time. And it gets my stream copyright every single time. It's genuinely it. I love this video so much. No. What the fuck are you talking about, Vortigon animation leak? This move that Sniper does is my favorite dance. Sniper's named after the main character from Ocean's 11. That's the churning butter move. You know how they're making Meet the Medic live action? You know how they're making Meet the Medic live action? They're doing, the community's doing that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I'll be heavy. I will shave my head to do this live action. Yeah, we need to make that live action. Most of what Anonymous does, you can't do live action. By the way, that's the #1 SFM video of all time. The #2 SFM video of all time is not by Anonymous. Hell yeah. But I'm a big fan of Steven Tyler. You like Steven Tyler too? Yeah. I mean, it's Balloon Shop. Olin Rogers, you gotta love him, but that's #2. That's #2. What's the #3 SFM of all time? What's the #3 SFM of all time? Oh. Uh-huh. This is the #3 SFM of all time. King of Vines. Yes. I know, but these are better. This is oh geez. Is it what the medic's saying, I be ballin' or whatever? This is the #3 best SFM short of all time. Do 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 do. I genuinely listen to the Mouth albums end to end all the time. I mow the grass. I mow my lawn, and it takes about half the day. It takes like 6 hours. It's a lot of lands that I have to mow. And yesterday I mowed the grass, and I listened to all of Mouth Sounds, the first one, which is the one where you listen to like for 5 minutes, not on loop, non-stop, and then a different song starts playing, and then it goes back to, oh my god. And for some reason, there's a comment under this video that every time I watch this and listen to this song, I think of this video, and it's like, at this point, it's like genuine art. Yeah, here it is. It's actually masterful. It's like an ingenious shitpost. This section has no business sounding as good as it does. This part. Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, you don't hear a fucking thing. Do you know what the best Neil Cicierega song is? Everybody go around the room. What's your favorite? Anonymous, what's your favorite Neil Cicierega song? If you're still here. Anonymous, do you have a favorite Neil Cicierega song? 300 megabytes? Cabinet Man? Not Lemon Demon. Neil Cicierega. So the mouth stuff. Mullet with butterfly wings? Mullet with butterfly wings fucking slaps. Mullet with butterfly wings is great. But it's also not the best one. 10,000 Spoons. That one's okay. It's this one. I'm scared to say, but I do not know the name. Okay. Okay. See, Anonymous is watching on YouTube, so the YouTube audience can't hear this. I'm going to turn on the audio for the YouTube audience here for a second, because we have to culture Anonymous. All right, YouTube audience. Anonymous, I can't believe you've never heard of Neil Cicierega. That's fucking nuts. That's insanity to me. Like, you of all people, it'd be like, are you kidding? All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay.
Howdy, Folks.
What's the best one to just introduce what this fucking guy does? Right? Bustin'? No. It has to be one of the mixes. It has to be one of the... This one. The one where Desync commented 1,000 times under it.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. So unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end,
Neil Cicierega is the master of mixing. I think this is my favorite one to show people that don't know what I'm talking about because it gets them every fucking time.
Let's get me hanging around. I'm just looking at the sky just to get me high. Forget the hearse, cause I'll never die. I got 9 lives. Got size, abusing everyone and everyone in wild. Cause I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Ooh, I'm back, mama. Yes, I'm back. Ooh, I'm back.
Can he stop? Can YouTube hear this?
wake up, grab brush and put a little makeup. I deserve to be with a shake up.
Wait, YouTube still can't hear this? I thought I was gonna let Anonymous hear this for the first time. God damn it. What track is the YouTube audio? Track 6. God damn it. All right, I gotta pick a different one then. You missed a couple messages from Anonymous. He knew about Puppet Pals. Anonymous knows about Puppet Pals. Oh, Lord. That one still gets me. What's another good one? I know that one's kind of hard for people sometimes. I love that they do the logical switch up here. Anyways. Good shit. Neil Cicierega. A genius in a sea of slop. All right, let's look at the thing that everybody keeps talking about. I guess the easiest way of getting there is just... Yeah, the game is 75% off on a weekend deal. It's Thursday. Offer ends April 30th. That's the lowest this game's ever been. Lowest price this game's ever been. That's interesting. Vinyl? Because of the vinyl? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's been this low before? Somebody said it was the lowest it's ever been. People just say shit, I guess. Interesting. Who at Valve would I email if I wanted to ask about Source Engine legal stuff? Ask me that question privately. I'm not going to answer it publicly. I appreciate it. I will answer the question, though. Nothing Burger? Yeah. It's looking like it. God damn it, I'm going to be out of town. That's so fucking... Fuck! It's always... That's the curse of a YouTuber. You will always be available to work. You will work day and night. Like, never taking a break. And then you take a break and you're like... It's when... It actually is the lowest it's ever been. Oh, okay. Who was the one that said it's actually been that low before? Okay. Time them out for 10 seconds. My bad. Okay, so time you out for 10 seconds. Please time that person out, Icon, for 10 seconds. Can I be timed out for 15? Yeah, time them out for 20. No, I gave him 10 minutes. How do I do 10 seconds? Well, I guess you got 10 minutes. According to SteamDB, it's almost been that low, but not quite. Oh, you're still here? Oh, okay. How do I time you out for a specific amount of time? I don't know, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, now you got 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Type timeout name seconds. I don't know, that's too much. I'm not doing that. Why are you here? I'm scratching my eyebrow. Okay. Because sometimes I just like sit here and I'm doing this stream and I'm like, everybody just kind of complains in chat and I'm just here like waiting around. Why are we doing this? Who's the best complainer? Oh, is it a complaining contest? How long do you think you can do the channel for? It's funny. I've had this conversation with Electra a couple times. I have plans and goals and things outside of YouTube that I am slowly working towards, and YouTube kind of funds. It's funny. Even if I were to retire... like entirely, which is something that will happen one day. Anytime Valve is about to do something, I will unretire for like a month. I could have grandkids, and if Valve's about to do something, I will unretire for like a month. Hopium from Germany, thank you so much. Was there a secret track? Nope. It's not, as far as I understand, no. I don't know. I'll never not be a fan of Valve. But at the same time, it's like, for some reason, I could be like a D-list celebrity, a D-list YouTuber for most of the year. And then once Valve seems to be doing something, I become like as big as anybody else. Like during Hopium last year, I think we peaked at 13,500 concurrent viewers. And it's like, why? 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 And I know that when it does happen... Oh, geez. Is there a booger on my... Yeah. Well, I know that when it does happen, we'll exceed that. But then when I try and do something else that I believe in, nobody's here. So it's this really weird relationship I have with the audience where it's like this captive audience that doesn't really like me, but at the same time understands that I'm kind of the only one that does this. And so it's like, I don't really have to win you over so much as I just have to be present. Because it's like, if it's a dull period, if it's like a downturn period where nothing's really happening, and I work on a bunch of stuff, my videos will get like maybe 50,000 views. My streams will maybe get like 100, 200 viewers. But the moment it seems like Valve is doing something, it's like I have a career, and it's very strange. Because I know that once the game is out, I'll still be doing this job. Most of you will be gone. Right? And so in my mind, I used to be like, well, I can win the audience over. I can make the audience like me. And now I'm like 29, I'm almost 30, and I'm like, I don't have to win you over at all. Time has shown time and time and time again that when something is about to occur, or when something feels like it's about to occur, I just have to be around, and you guys will be here. You'll be in the chat, angry a lot of the time, telling me that I'm doing things incorrectly a lot of the time, yet still here. And I don't completely understand our relationship. It's not good. I don't look at almost any of you as friends, because that's incredibly toxic. But it's like, oof, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I have to build an audience separate from all of you for the time travel show. I understand that now, and I'm working on that. But when it comes to Valve doing something, I like turn into this massive thing, and I don't understand it, because when Valve isn't doing something, everybody acts like I'm just some asshole that makes shit up. But when Valve is actually doing something, or it seems like Valve is doing something, everybody's like, well, he might be right because he was right in the past, and I want this to be true, so we're going to be here. And it's like, do you believe me or not? Because a lot of you seem to act like you don't believe me, but I saw my numbers in November. What the fuck is happening? You've previously predicted things very much correctly. That's true. But if you were to ask people in a downturn, or right now, if that matters at all, they'd say no. You commented on one of my fake Cigarette 2000. Oh, that's you that's making those? Those are really good. I believe you, my dad doesn't. It doesn't matter. I've noticed that. It doesn't matter what I do as long as I'm here and I continue to give you the information as it comes out. I literally could do whatever I want on these streams and you'll sit through it. It's like I have the most weird, toxic, captive audience. I made you sit here and listen to Neil Cicierega for like 15 minutes. We lost viewers, but not many. It's very, very strange, right? It's the thing that happened with Half-Life Alyx. When Half-Life Alyx was announced in November 2019, the whole internet was like, well, I always actually believed him. I think he got a raw deal. I think people treated him really badly, right? And then a few months later, I talk about Left 4 Dead 3, and Valve throws me under the bus publicly. And then the whole internet immediately turned. I never believed him. He's an asshole. And at that point, my ego had gotten a bit too big and I needed to be cut down a few. But it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's very strange. And I've gotten old enough now to understand it, where I'm like, okay, it really doesn't matter who I am or what I do, as long as I make my videos when information is available and I go live when I get the vibe that something might happen. You'll complain, like I'd say about 50% of you will complain the entire time, but you're still going to be here every time. It's very strange. And it's the acceptance of how the community, how the audience, how the internet will talk that has made my relationship with this job a lot healthier. Right? I'm not doing this to please anyone anymore. I'm doing this because it's a fulfillment of an obligation and because I truly do love Valve. And I love Valve's output, Valve's games. Right? When I was younger, I was always thinking like, this'll show him, I'll make this video and that'll show him I'm good at what I do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as I make my little videos explaining to people, you know, what is happening as far as I understand it, and as long as I go live during, you know, little peaks of hopium eras or whatever, then this is my job. I'm very, 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 very lucky to have this job. This is a very strange job to have. But, you know, it took a long time for me to have a much better relationship with what this job is. You know, I like him, but this woe is me monologue is annoying. Okay. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I think a lot of people don't understand that I have been doing this for 15 years. I don't think people understand that I've been doing this for 15 years. I try to teach people that as much as I can. I have been doing this for 15 years. This isn't something I started doing because it looked like it could make me money. I have been doing this for more than half of my life. I do this because I am addicted to Valve and their content. Just chill. Oof. All right, man. I've been a fan of yours since I was 6 and I'm a sophomore in college now. I don't think that's true. That doesn't sound right. 15, to be 21. I guess that would turn out, but that means you'd have to have been watching me at 6 years old when I was putting up my first videos. And I had like 1,000 subscribers in 2011. More than half my life. Yeah, it's more than half my life at this point. That's true.
And it has been confirmed that Counter-Strike Global Offensive is running off the Source engine. I would have you watch the trailer, but, you know, trying to keep time going here, so check the trailer down in the description. Global Offensive also got its Steam page put up, and it only has the logo.
I have had a horrible hairline my entire life. That is nuts. Why are your eyes so blue? Because the white balance of this camera make my eyes look gray. Wow, you look younger. Yeah, that was 15 years ago. That was 2011. Yeah. Yeah, I have been talking about Half-Life 3 since 2011. This is not something I started doing just to make money. This is something I started doing because I want to play Half-Life 3. And after I play Half-Life 3, it will feel like I don't have to do this anymore. It will feel like I have been released from the turmoil, if that makes sense. For some reason, Americans are so obsessed with hairlines. Americans are very, very, very obsessed with looks. What's the word? The aesthetic of things.
2012, and it's happening, guys. It's February 25th, 2012, and here's your Valve news. I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm going to explain that in another video. So let's get started. And Team Portrait. If you want to check the survey to get free together very well, and it looks like it's
Why am I
going to
using
get very
Minecraft
fun,
music in this one?
Mostly graphically driven game, because it pretty much has the core Counter-Strike feel to it with just graphical overhauls, which is okay, but it's not particularly a brand new experience, which is, you know, still.
Why am I playing Minecraft music in this one? At that point, Minecraft was very new. Is this a... This is a Tekkit. Oh, that's a person I don't talk to anymore, and I don't think I have their permission to play their voice on my thing. I did Minecraft videos for a minute. Oof. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long, long time. Is there predicted news or what? I don't know. You don't have to be here, man. It had a vibe that something was happening today. We passed the time that embargoes usually lift at Valve Software. Something might happen later tonight. Less likely. So it's looking like I'm going to be out of town when this shit happens, which is so fucking annoying. Just checking, homeboy. Yeah, no problem, man. I learned English watching your videos on YouTube. So the first word that you watched was, the first word you learned was recently. What was the ARG thing? Oh, I was fucking with people. The pigeon thing? I was fucking with people. I'm a McVicker newbie. Have you ever been to Valve's offices? Yes, once in 2017, February. So it was 9 years ago. And then I got blacklisted in 2020. I named my son Stromboli because of your videos. Nice. Their first words were so recently. No, English is not my native language. Wait, I never noticed. Do you start your videos with recently? I used to. Years ago. Probably like 8-9 years ago, I would. So recently, Valve Software has started to train exactly what they want out of the next of the best industry. We now know through update data mine that was pushed patch on Steam backend. The internals of the new hardware, Gabe Newell stated in an interview with PC Gamer Kotaku, writer Alex is new in the game that we can now speak on in the future. Oh my God, that's a big ass message. Locked in for a moment? Yeah. You're too good at as convincing sounding gibberish. You just have to hit the words that normally come out. So recently, Gabe Newell interview with the Kotaku podcast in a recent speak that he had with the Kotaku podcast. Speaking with Kotaku podcast, Gabe Newell stated that hardware is the future company that will always be at the core of Valve Software. In an update, push data mined Dota 2 update Deadlock. New hero Deadlock update Kotaku. It is now stated within SteamDB backend XPaw that we can see that the future HLX update backend spoilers. Harvestman Baby. Surface properties found in... You see, I'm trying to do this while also reading the chat, and I'm getting caught up. I'm getting, like, fucked up here. Tyler, you got me into watching Ordinary. Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back, I guess. Pencil sausage! These pencils were sent to me by the Batmans. I don't need 50 pencils. What am I going to do with 50 pencils? All right, I'm just going to take a quick bite of these pencils and see how much it... Oh, it's awful! For a very small section of my audience that crosses over with Ordinary Sausage, that just blew your mind. All right, here we go! So recently, Valve spoke HLX Half-Life within the Half-Life 3 of Source 2. The update to the recent Deadlock Dota 2 hero in the Counter-Strike 2 codename was found development engine strings in the SteamDB datamine. This features new systems with NPC AI vehicles, the particles of which have tools based on the community production, polishing and optimizing the refactor of the HLX Half-Life 3 Source 2, literally, genuinely within the Deadlock Dota 2 update. By the way, the polish of the production engine strings were found in a datamine features that have Deadlock system NPCs within a Source 2 Dota 2 codename. Gabe Newell spoke on this by saying, "Hi, I'm Gabe Newell." Valve then HLX'd the development within the engine strings datamine so Source 2 update Counter-Strike 2 anyways. By the way, production development engine strings within the datamine features systems, NPCs, AI vehicles, particles, tools, community. Codename Counter-Strike 2, TFX, heavy update, Counter-Strike 2 Source 2 Scout. Robin Walker spoke on this in an interview with Kotaku stating, quote, Half-Life 3 Source 2 update, Deadlock Dota 2 Counter-Strike codename development, end quote. Anyways, I'm Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. Let's get started. Here we go. Where's the button? There's the button. I just looked at one of my scripts and just started reading words all over them. That's a fun bit. I like that bit. I have no idea who Ordinary Sausage... Here we go! All right, let's take a look at what we did. Oh, it's undercooked. Dang it. Ordinary Sausage is the best YouTuber. Valve is Valve. Source 2 is Source 2. HLX is HLX. The community is going to be the community. Because Deadlock got an update. Dota 2 had an update. Counter-Strike 2 had an update. Source 2 had an update. The engine is updating. The tools are updating. The particle systems are updating. The AI is updating. The vehicles are updating. The community is not updating. And I think that's very important to understand before we move forward. Here we go. So let's talk about the actual strings. There are some new strings related to Source 2. There are some new strings related to HLX. There are some new strings related to AI's current desired to move tactic, desired current ability, desired tactic, desired current, current desired. There are new particle strings, new vehicle strings, new NPC strings, new tool strings, new icons, new folders, new assets, new asset folders, new icons for the asset folders, and new ways of denoting the assets within the folders that contain the icons that represent the assets for the tools that are being used for the project codenamed HLX. That's really funny. This is a good way to warm up your voice. So recently, It's sad that I get this reference. Why is that sad? Why is that sad? That's the best episode. Are you kidding me? Why is it sad that you know that reference of all things? So recently, no, this is Patrick. So recently, let's not make a big deal out of this. It's just another Strong Bad email. Dear Strong Bad, where is HLX? So crapfully yours, Gabe N. Seattle. All right, Gabe N. I'll have to go ask Bubs where they made HLX. Hey, Strong Bad, do you know where HLX is? Homestar, get out of my face. Man, I'm gonna die one day. Because I'm too old for cartoons? Fuck that. NPC current ability. NPC move tactic. Desired. NPC move tactic current. NPC move tactic current desired. Desired current move tactic ability desired current NPC. You are looking at a bunch of words like tool locator activated, point shake, wobbler hammer helper, kitchen asset, anim graph 2 save restore ops, kitchen, type kitchen, chassis, hood, door, window, rear left window, rear right window, headlight, tail light, wheel front left, wheel front right, wheel rear left, wheel rear light, windshield, trunk, driver side, passenger side, mid left, mid right, front, rear, top, bottom, upside down. It's probably not upside down, but it's Valve, so who knows? It means that Valve has been making the kind of vehicle system that would be overkill for almost any other game and then putting it into a game series that, historically speaking, would let you drive a buggy over a beach and then a jalopy through a prison. The community, meanwhile, is doing what the community always does, which is taking a bunch of strings, a bunch of updates, a bunch of GitHubs, a bunch of mods, and a bunch of things that obviously are either fake or unrelated and compressing them all into one giant blender labeled Half-Life 3 Tomorrow. Could it be tomorrow? Sure. It could also not be tomorrow. That's how time works. In the meantime, there are mods. There are always mods. Raising the Bar Redux. Half-Life 2, but Arena. Half-Life 2, but Retail. Half-Life 2, but Beta. Half-Life 2, but Flesh. Half-Life 2, but Immersive Sim. Half-Life 2, but definitely should not be told no at some point, and thankfully nobody did. I went Tucker Carlson. I felt that. That's the rule. That's the goal now. So ages ago, I wrote a script from the perspective of a person who doesn't like my videos. And it's a lot of just, I don't think anything that we found in the mural board actually has anything to do with anything that Valve is doing. If Valve wanted this to be publicly known, they would say it. Having things be leaked is not something that a professional company such as Valve Software would be capable of doing. And in fact, showcases that they might just be messing with Tyler McVicker. So, you know, something like that. All right, I'm gonna ad-lib a video. Somebody give me a topic to ad-lib, and then we're gonna end the stream. F-stop. My favorite pasta. It's got to be Valve related. Sandbox ad-lib. Nah. Gary Newman seems like he's going through something. I don't know what's going on there, but he's acting like a jerk sometimes, man. Somebody found a pack of expired yogurt in Gabe's office. All right, we're doing that one. Somebody was able to escape from Valve Software's own offices and found that Gabe Newell had expired yogurt within his office itself. We have gotten one of the packets of yogurt from this expired box, and we'll be digging through it on today's episode of the HLX Files to see if we can data mine any information on the upcoming Half-Life within the expired yogurt kernels. Here we go. Even though we know that Gabe Newell has some kind of IBS or Crohn's disease, and we would assume that that would cause him to try to avoid dairy, this full-fat dairy yogurt produced by Yoplait was found underneath Gabe Newell's desk. The expiration date was March 3rd, 2013. March is the third month of the year. March 3rd is the third day of the third month, and 2013 was the 13th, 1-3 of the 2013. Within this yogurt has curdled and is pink. The pink might hint towards gore being added or changed within the newest backend update of Source 2, and through that we can assume that enemies are having new texture work and model overhauls when we get HLX within the next few weeks. This yogurt smells really bad, which I think the writers have taken inspiration from in order to be able to understand what the overworld, or underworld, or Zen world, or border world would actually look or feel like. Over 10-year-old expired yogurt is definitely inspiration that could be taken for Zen's floral and fauna, or at least the geography texture that we can expect out of Zen moving forward. Gabe Newell has asked for his yogurt back, although it seems as if Gabe Newell, in an interview with Kotaku, has stated that this yogurt was something that he had forgotten about, as he doesn't really spend that much time in his office, as he's more spending his time living on a super yacht off the coast of New Zealand. Still, this yogurt was purchased and owned by Gabe Newell and likely has a connection to the future of the Half-Life series, and maybe the future of Team Fortress and Portal. The yogurt, of course, is pink, which is not that far off from orange, one of the colors of the portals within Portal 1 and Portal 2. Pink was not a color of the co-op portals, but was close to the purple portal itself being a portal in Portal 2. Could this somehow hint towards the future of Portal 3? Or maybe will TFX finally see a release and have a pink team? Will the vitriolic, awful, putrid smell of this over 15-year-old yogurt somehow have something to do with the new smell-o-vision we can expect out of the Steam frame? Will we be able to smell the awful sense of Zen? Will we be able to smell the armpits of the many different team members of Team Fortress 3? Or will I just die?